Alright, welcome back to episode number 47, 47 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels series. And after some duels in the last few episodes, we actually will finally start to continue with our solo mode. And yeah, with the World Chalice gate that we were working on. I'm also really curious what this is and what it's like when once we open it, because when we open this, where we play this, click play. It's apparently a lot bigger than the other gates that we've seen so far. So yeah, we've had basically done half of it so far, and alright, let's see how far we can get today. Let's start the scenario, and let's find out what these World Chalice monsters are up to. Oh, we are actually we'll get the feud spell card. Ah, okay. We've used this in the video where or like in one of these duels, earlier duels in this gate. So. Alright, let's see. To protect humankind, accepting Lee's earnest wishes, Aurum and the group promised to help her. So yeah, I remember they were actually in the forest, and they saw like a structure appear, and it was covered in vines, and then out of the vines actually came this fairy, I think. Yeah, it's a fairy. She came there, and her name is Lee, and she actually asked for help, basically to save the world or something. So, accompanied by Lee, the group set off to return to the village, but they encountered several crawlers who blocked their way. Yeah, crawlers are the bad guys in this story. Aurum, Ningirsu, and Imduk. Imduk is the horse kind of thing, I think. Yeah, it's at least the Link 1 monster. Well, Aurum, Ningirsu, and Imduk stood before the crawlers, with their new strength coursing through their bodies. Ooh. As they stood between the monsters and what they set out to protect, tension hung heavy in the air. A cold sweat dripped from Aram's chin and damped the forest soil. As the great tension crescendoed, wow, that's a cool word, crescendo, the party suddenly seized upon their foes, lunging towards the exoskeletons of the crawlers. Auram's sword cleaved the enemy with ease. Ningirsu's lance pierced nimbly, and Imduk's claws teared ferociously at their metal hides. This is Imduk. Yeah, it's not a horse. It's some mythical creature, I guess, but it's more a horse than anything else. Maybe a Pegasus kind of animal. All right, the battle was almost as quickly as was over almost as quickly as it started. The power of the World Chalice that Lee had granted them was much greater than expected. They couldn't conceal their surprise at the World Chalice's great power that now dwelled in their bodies. According to Lee, there are 6 more World Legacies in the world, with equal power to the World Chalice. If they were to be recovered, it would be possible to not only destroy the crawlers, but to destroy the Mech Knights who ruled the world. This information provided a great ray of hope for the village people who've lived so long in the gloomy forest. Following Lee's words and the guidance of the World Chalice, the young folks of the Forest of the Stars set out on a journey to seek the next World Legacy. Alright, so yeah, we actually also have, beside the World Chalice monsters, we also have the World Legacy monsters. So yeah, let's find out what these are, and dive into some more lore. Looks to be sounds interesting. Ooh, this is actually one of the pretty good cards of the deck. So apparently they're giving us all the cards. And so began the journey of Aurum and the party in search of the World Legacy. Although the party was on a mission to save the world, as their first time in the outside world, everything they saw and heard felt fresh and vivid. No matter how many crawlers would appear, Aurum and his friends would fight them off. And they did so for several days. How long must they have walked, with Lee as their guide, and the World Chalice as their beacon? A humid wind caressed their cheeks. Before the party lay a vast swamp. A great artifact was submerged in the muddy expanse. The giant armor lying in the bog was one of the express purposes of this trip. The World Legacy known as the World Armor. Fitting. However, they found more than just the World Armor there. Of course, enemies. Not only on the surface of the armor, but also on the inside, dark figures squirmed, crawlers. Like ants on the corpse of a dead insect, crawlers swarmed on the world armor. Their number was countless. From a red monocular emanated a bizarre light that filled the party's field vision. The horrific sound of the crawlers, metal hides scraping against each other, united into a thunderous cacophony. I don't know this word. As if the earth were shaking. Standing before the tree were superior specimens, possessing power far greater than the crawlers that had crossed their path previously. Witnessing an overwhelming sight, the party decided it was reckless to try and break through from the front. On Lee's suggestion, the tree friends dared not engage, and instead headed for the world armor. Okay, let's see what they will find. Ooh, okay, so that's complete, and we actually get the cards. World Legacy Heart, target 2 World Chalice monsters in your graveyard with different names. Add them to your hand. If then, and also that's basically a really good effect. If your link monsters would be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So, but it has to be link, and it has to be a link monster in the first place. So, all right, let's start this duel. Regardless of whether you deal with the crawler link monster by battle or by effect or battle, the effect of special summoning 2 crawler monsters in the graveyard will be activated. To prevent this, use tactics such as destroying the field spell World Legacy in Shadow and disabling the link summon itself. Ooh. Okay. This looks interesting. We have noticed some weaknesses on from the World Chalice deck last time. When you run out of cards in your hand and on the field, then basically you're gonna die like in the Slump Strike. Basically the monsters in the graveyard, they don't do anything for you. So World Legacy in it is also World Legacy. World Legacy in Shadow. All crawler monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. Alright, unexpected die, another one. You can special summon 1 level 2 or lower insect monster from your hand in face up or face down defense position. That's once per turn. Awesome. When your flip monster is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, you can send that opponent's monster to the graveyard. Wow, that's really good. That's really good, honestly. Alright, unexpected die. Of course, we start with that. I think this monster. And face up attack. Sure. Now we can actually already start the link play. Because we have the standard link monsters. Yep. As we've done in the previous episodes about the World Chalice. We can also there are warrior monsters in this deck. Let's see. Which are the warrior monsters? Ah, only this monster. So, alright, that's decent. Alright, so Solemn Strike, by the way, when a monster would be special summoned or a monster effect activated, pay 1500 life points, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So that's gonna be useful against the crawler monsters. Unexpected die, then we have this monster special summoned. If this face of normal summoned set card leaves the field, you can special summon 2 World Chalice monsters from your deck. Except during the main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish the card from your graveyard, add 1 World Legacy card from your deck. So we want this on the field and in the graveyard as fast as we can. We can apparently just summon this. If a monster is special summoned from the extra deck. But we can summon this? Why? I don't understand. Is this a little bit bugged, or am I completely missing something? If a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, except during you can tribute this card, send the monster to the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. Okay, but why can't we summon it? Basically, can we summon again? Yeah, we must tribute. So this is a tribute summon, but it works. I don't understand. And we can also oh wait, we did unexpected die. I'm sorry, I'm completely missing something. Alright, special summon. We can, I think the best thing is just to get this guy, girl on the field? I'm not sure. And then we can normal summon again. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So basically put this on the field. It's unfortunate that he didn't put the monster in either of those fields. Imduk, welcome to the field. Okay, so now we can have an additional normal summon. And what we can also do is have an additional... Yeah, so tribute summon. I'm just not sure what's gonna happen with that card, because it's gonna flip. Basically regardless of what we do with it. I think it's best to not attack that monster then. It's 2 different attributes, 2 World Chalice monsters. Yeah, I think it's best to just summon this card. And I don't feel that this monster is actually necessary for anything, so... we can just get it to the graveyard, basically. Yeah, let's do it. There's no applicable card for Imduk. Yeah, true. We don't have a real challenge monster in hand. We can send this card to the graveyard, but it also has an interesting effect where it tributes itself. Yeah, no, I think if this face-up normal summon card leaves the field, you can special summon 2 real challenge monsters from your deck. I think that's the best plan right now. So let's do that. You actually special summon this monster. Let's send these 2 to the graveyard. Here. Awesome, then we can special summon 2 real Chalice monsters. I guess we can special summon this one and also maybe Imp. Depends, both in defense, doesn't really matter honestly. Guess we'll special summon this one here. Activate, of course. We're gonna add to our hand maybe this monster. This effect, we can tribute 1 monster, special summon one of the other monsters. Gains 300 attack, funny. Let's see. Let's bring out the Link monster. Tribute this one. Let's bring out the Link monster. Then we can perhaps use this guy. Alright, we could not use that monster, unfortunately, but so be it. We're not drawing any cards, by the way. Normally if this guy's on the field you can draw some cards, but unfortunately not the case here. In fact, Imduk. Yes, it's into the graveyard, so we can special summon a monster from our hand. That also special summons a monster from our hand, so that doesn't really matter. As long as we use one of the 2, it's good. Yeah, so this was special summon. We cannot special summon it into a zone next to it, that's really a pity. But, oh yeah, so be it. Effect activate, so we can send this card to the graveyard. And this card, I think that's a good play. Alright, yeah, I think that will be it. Let's go to the battle phase and let's see what he actually has. Ooh, Lairwire. We'll play 1 instant type monster, select 1 monster. Close destroy the selected monster. There's no applicable card. That's so sad. Main phase 2. We will put this face down and see what our opponent can do with the crawler monster. Right. So if he's gonna bring out an interesting monster, then and it has an annoying effect, we have to read it because then we can perhaps do something. When a monster would be special summoned or if the monster's effect is activated. So, okay, this phase of cards is through a battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect. While also under control, you can target 2 product monsters with different names. You can special summon them in face on defense position, apply these effects based on. Okay, so this is pretty bad. So we don't want this card to be summoned. So now the summon is negated basically. That's why the Solemn Strike cards are so good. Alright, so we will put this face on in our main phase 2 again. We can special summon this card. We don't have any monster in our hand, so that's a pity we cannot normal summon again. But we would really like access to our graveyard. That's where you can notice the... Oh, we have some effect in the graveyard, and we can actually discard your graveyard, send 1 monster from your hand or field to the graveyard. Add this card to your hand. And we also have this. During your main phase, except the turn this was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard and add 1 World Legacy card. Of course, we're gonna do that. This. Oh, don't change. This is a World Legacy card. It's a field spell. World Legacy and field. World Chalice, yes. Okay. Or leaves field because of an opponent's card effect. You can target one in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. Awesome. Oh, we actually can add this card to our hand. Add them to your hand. If you're a Link monster, yeah, this is definitely a really good card. And it's amazing that we can search it. We're gonna add to the hand this card, and also this one, I think. So this one. Alright. Let's see what we can do with it. So first we normal summon this card. We haven't normal summoned any monster yet. Obviously we're gonna add a card to our hand, yes. We don't activate. I really like this card as well. It's so good. We're definitely gonna add this card, yes. So we can bring back this monster now. Trying to think what is smart. Yeah, I think that's actually the way to go. Let's bring out the... yeah, let's bring it out. Let's bring out this monster. We tribute both. Because then we can special summon one card from our hand. So, think. Alright, awesome. Obviously we do that. We don't activate. We could also do the legacy, but it's only if it's normal summon. Leaves the field. So we want to normal summon that monster. Then we can activate this effect. Bring the big guy out. Discard the Link summon, so not when special summoned. But sure. We can still do this. No, we don't activate this effect. So this has an effect, once per turn you can send one card from each player field. So the graveyard, this card sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon one monster from your hand. That's a common effect. Okay, we can normally still normal summon this card, but I don't think it's worth it. With that, is that a quick effect by the way? Once per turn you can send, no, that's not a quick effect. Let's go to the battle phase. Okay. Our opponent doesn't have a card, or at least he doesn't want to use it on these attacks. And the effect here is send one monster to the graveyard, or discard special summon. Oh, I could have done that. I can still do that, and I think that's the best play actually. So banish this card from the graveyard, special summon one monster in defense position. This monster I guess doesn't really matter which monster because we're gonna tribute it. For this monster. So what we can do is still use its effect, send one card to the graveyard, and we can send this card to the graveyard. So, okay, done. Okay, send this card to the graveyard, and I guess this doesn't really matter if it doesn't have cards. So, obviously we're using that effect, yes. We're special summoning, I guess, this monster and this monster. Or we could also use this. Yeah, sure. Alright, and we only have this effect, but we don't. Yeah, we can send a monster to the graveyard, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's go. And 6. Alright, let's see what the opponent has. So you can only draw one card. So at least as you have if you have the upper hand, then I think this won't be a problem. Especially with the strong solemn strike cards that we have laying down there. It's gonna be pretty easy, honestly. So yeah, we can just we can actually do quite a lot of plays. We can banish this, add a World Legacy card to the hand. Would wish that we actually had more of the other card in the hand, but this is cool as well. Activate. We can even do something like this and use this effect and send unexpected die to the graveyard. It's pretty cool. Alright, send them both to the graveyard. Change the attack. Yeah, we're winning anyway, basically. I don't really have to make any more big plays. Let's just go. Alright. Crawler Outbreak. Nice, and this is basically the scenario. So basically we met the crawlers here, and we fortunately won. Well, we were definitely infused with the power that Lee gave us. Alright. And the reward is... Oh, this monster. And he's a UR. So we get 3 times this card. That's honestly pretty good. Then go to the duel and my deck. Ooh, they're gonna give us also the UR card 3 times. So they're just gonna give us all of the cards in the World Chalice deck, or at least, yeah, the World Chalice, I guess. Like it's not a lot of cards, but still, like, I feel like we're getting all of those cards. All right, let's see. We have been having quite a bit of bad luck, honestly, lately. But yeah, at least if we go against the computer, we can freely just do our moves, and I guess we'll be fine. And then we can, I think, just end the battle phase. Or end the turn, because we want. It's a small chance only that we draw another bingo machine go. Let's just set this card and go to the end phase. Obviously, we're gonna do that. Yes, we're gonna get Abyss on the field. Phase of attack. Yes. And we're gonna add the ritual monster to the hand. Alright. Turn change. Draw phase. Standby phase. Main phase 1. Let's see. Okay, 2 face down cards. Very interesting. Obviously we're gonna activate this card. We're gonna set a bingo machine go while we can, because if we activate it then we can't use it anymore. If you activate it from the hand, basically, set 1 spell traps with a different name from the cards you control and in your graveyard. That's the important thing. Draw phase. Alright, let's see. Sage. Alright, pretty decent. Bingo machine go. Let's see. If we... Yeah, this wouldn't mind. We wouldn't mind if we got that. I guess either of those would also be good. I guess this. No, not blue eyes. Maybe something like this. Or this. Let's do something like this. It could be whatever. Because if it's any of the other targets, we'll just discard it with trade-in. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And if it was a ritual summon, a ritual monster, then we could just ritual summon it. Nope, don't change. Interesting. Okay, then we can actually do this. That's a pretty good combo, always. Nope, we're not gonna chain anything. We will special summon this card. Face up attack. Banish 1 of the spell traps. I think it's gonna be this card. Is it gonna activate it? Nope, Fairwire. Nice. Okay. What else? We can still special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard with this card. We also have 2 in the graveyard, but 1 will be activated this turn, so yeah, I think that's plenty. Let's ritual summon. Nope, no, don't change this. That's good. This is good. Send to the graveyard. Face up attack. Alright, nice. Welcome. Then we have this. You can also set a spell trap, but I think it's not necessary now. Unless he has either a Twin Twister, which destroys my card and then all monsters are dead, or basically a Mirror Force or something like that. Better. Okay. Let's see if this is also fine. Yeah, this is also fine. Then Mr. Crawler Outbreak. That was incredibly easy, man. Alright. Nice. Our gear is also dancing. Alright, perfect. And we get the other Link card. The high Link card, yeah. Link 3 card. Okay, goal. Let's see what it is. Alright. Scenario appearance. Let's see what will happen in this episode. With the world armor in front of them, Aram's party became blocked by a swarm of crawlers. No matter how many monsters they defeated, a new swarm appeared, trampling the debris of the fallen. Now divided, the party struggled. The seemingly endless battle had whittled the party's strength down to almost nothing. They were unable to advance, but retreating wasn't an option either. They had no choice but to fight, until all strength was gone. Just then, as Aram and the party were about to collapse, Lee called out to them. By defeating the superior X-Crawler, you should be able to halt the movements of the other crawlers. In the midst of the battle, Lee had discovered that the X-Crawler was the commander of the crawlers. Trusting Lee's insight, the party pierced through the siege and closed in on the X-Crawler. The X-Crawler resisted fiercely, but they channeled the last of their strength to defeat it. Just as the commander collapsed, the swarm of crawlers surrounding the party suddenly stopped moving. Greatly wounded, Aram and the party finally arrived under the world armor. But there were more than just crawlers there. 7 colors of light suddenly shone down from the heavens. There appeared the 7 knights. Ooh. The figures before them were metallic and emitted a radiant glow that enveloped their bodies in a lustrous light. The Mech Knights who ruled over mankind, and all of the world had now descended to this very place. Aram and his friends found it difficult to describe the figures with mortal words, and could only stand frozen in their otherworldly presence. These words. Then suddenly, the Mech Knights reached their hands out silently. A mysterious energy sprung forth from their hands and began to shroud Ib. No, not Ib. Ib was exhausted. No, completely spent. The magical barrier provided by Ib had no resistance to the force field. The rest of the party desperately struggled to rescue Ib. However, with same light from which they appeared, Ib and the 7 knights vanished without a trace. Ooh. He cautioned of the danger. If Ib's wand were stolen and the other world legacies fell into the wrong hands. Aram and his comrades set out to rescue Ib and recover the next world legacy. Ooh, okay, on to the next adventure. Complete. Oh, we also got this card. Nice. We're getting all the cards actually that we're playing with. I think that's a really cool thing. I feel they should have done that with all the decks that we've gotten so far. Cosmic, mechanical. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's just go to the store and see what is left. I feel like we had all the important cards already. Oh, there's also Mech Knights in there. Mech Knights, X-Crawlers, Nightmare Cerberus, Phoenix. Nightmare cards, Mech Knight, World Legacy, Lance. Yeah, I guess World Legacy cards. Cool. Okay. But yeah, all the World Chalice cards, I think we actually got them. We did not get a deck or something. The Power Dragon. Funny. We did not get a deck, but we basically got all the cards, so we can actually make a World Chalice deck. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, no, we're only at 28 minutes, so I'm actually gonna continue and see how far we can still get in this solo. New gate options are available. Awesome. So yeah, there's a gate open here. Ooh, Gift of the Martyr. That's open, but obviously we're gonna go to the World Chalice one first, or World Legacy. It's either of the two, honestly. All right, let's open this locked gate. Yes, we have enough to open it. Let's go to this practice duel. I'm really curious what we still have to practice. Oh, the ins and out of the crawler deck. Okay, let's see what we will be dealt. We only have one duel after that, so I'm really curious what we should learn about this deck. Basically, we played a couple battles about the crawlers already, but yeah, we destroyed them pretty easily. What makes a crawler deck unique? Crawler monsters have special effects that activate when they are flip summoned. They also have a very handy effect that allows you to special summon 2 other crawler monsters when one leaves the field because of an opponent's effect while face up. Crawler link monsters can also similarly special summon 2 other crawler monsters when destroyed in battle. So when you get those link summons in, you will be able to stick to your opponent like glue as you fight. Alright, now we are the crawlers. Awesome. And so he does nothing. Okay, that's not an. Okay, we do have 4,000 life points. So let's see what we draw. World Legacy in Shadow. Utilize the effects of World Legacy in Shadow to link summon X Crawler, Qualiarch. Alright, let's read the cards first. So this is Crawler Spine. Flip, you can target one monster on the field, destroy that monster. That's pretty decent. If this face-up card and its owner control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 2 Crawler monsters with different names from your deck in face-on defense position. And you can only use that once per turn. So that's common, I guess. So this flip effect is you can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if it's sent to the graveyard by an effect by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 2 monsters with different names. It's the same. Okay, that's common, I guess, among almost every Crawler. This field spell says all Crawler monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 2 Crawler, some lower insect monster from your hand in face up or face down defense position. When your flipped monster is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, you can send that opponent's monster to the graveyard. That's really strong. So, utilize the effect okay, so we can actually do things ourselves, I think. Oh, we have to use the activation first. Once per turn, you can special summon one. Okay, so we have to activate it to special summon one of these. Sure, it doesn't really matter which you special summon, I guess. Try summoning. Yeah, so we can also summon this card. Then died. They don't get flip effects, but since they're just 2 face-up monsters, apparently we can link summon. Wow, there's X Crawler. Nice, they have their own links. That's really cool. I don't like it when there's actually extra deck cards which are not really inherent to the strategy or the playing method, and it would be best if they're just in the archetype, and that's the case here, so I like it. 2 Earth monsters is the requirement. Crawler monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by battle. Not sure, because that's sometimes what you... No, that's not what you want, by the way, so that's pretty good. Gain 300 attack and defense, and can make up to 2 attacks on monster during each battle phase. Awesome. If this face of cards is destroyed by battle, or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, while it's in its owner's control, you can target 2 Crawler monsters with different names in your graveyard, special summon them in face down defense position. Pretty cool. This is Neurogus, so link 2, 2 insect monsters. Crawler monsters discard points to cannot be destroyed by the same effect, and if they battle your opponent's monster, any battle damage they inflict to your opponent is doubled. Okay, so instead of making 2 attacks, they can do this. But yeah, they don't do that much damage, I think. We'll see. If this face of cards is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, yes, well, you can target 2 cards in your graveyard, special summon them. Okay, so basically the same effect as the other monster. That also applies here. So then we have the third monster. 2 Crawler monsters. If this face up card, it's also linked to, is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, while your opponent controls it, you can target 2 Crawler monsters with different names in your graveyard, special summon them in face down defense position. Okay. This actually said, yeah, also face on defense. So, alright, that's the same effect as the other monsters still. And apply these effects based on the number of Crawler monsters you control. If you control 2 or more, all monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. If you have 4 or more, your opponent's cards and effects cannot be activated during the battle phase. That's pretty cool. And if you have 6 or more, your monsters can attack directly. But why plus though? It should be 6 only, right? You cannot have more than 6 monsters on the field. There's only 6 monster zones. But alright, yeah. So we link these away. Alright, Qualiarch, welcome. Has different effect based on the number of monsters on the field. Okay, yeah, we read that. Special summon Crawler, then try with the monster reborn. So basically then we have 2 Crawler monsters, and then he will get more attack. Yeah, this is 1300. Okay, I guess that will get us to 4000 then. That's, yeah, indeed. That's 600 and 1900. Yeah. Attack your opponent's life points directly. Yeah, sure. He doesn't have a card, so that's not incredibly difficult. Alright, so we get the crux of the Crawler deck a little bit. Final blow for Flash. Alright, awesome. And that's victory for us. And see what the reward is. We get... oh, Airforce. I'm not sure if we need them still by now. I don't hope that the last gate actually cost this and that it was maybe random what you could get, but I don't think they would do that. That sounds really not logical. We get 4 legacy tickets if we complete this. But oh wait, I'm going in from my bad. I completely thought that we went with the loner deck already, but that was of course the practice, so let's actually surrender. Okay. Let's use the loner deck. Let's see what's in there. So we have Crawler Spine, Crawler Exxon, 2 of them, Crawler these 2. So you have 2 of each. I think there are so many crawlers actually. Oh, this is Tridangle, so it's a different archetype. That's what I like to do every time. Yeah, Tridangle. So it's all Tridangle, and this is X-Crawler. World Legacy Survivor, World Legacy in Shadow. Have some Tridangle, some World Legacy. Okay, so it's basically a mix of 2 archetypes again. I haven't looked at the extra deck, but X-Crawler, ooh, Subterror, Behemoth, Fiendless, awesome. And a Tindangle, it's Tindangle, not Tridangle, my bad, Tindangle. Okay, let's do it with this loner deck and see what we can actually do against this opponent. Duel. Alright, so we're obviously gonna read it out of the monsters now. Flip, you can target 1 spell trap on the field, destroy it, and it has the same effect that you can special summon 2 Grotto monsters with different names from your deck and face on defense position, so that's useful. You can use each effect once per turn, yeah. Flip, special summon 1 flip monster from your hand or graveyard and face on defense position. Pretty cool. Except, yes, oh, Tindangle. Oh, okay, so Tindangle monsters are based on flip effects. Then, if it is your opponent's battle phase, and the battle phase, awesome. You can only use this effect once per turn. So it's from your hand or graveyard. That's pretty cool. And face on defense position. If you control face down defense position monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also a Tindangle monster. That's pretty cool. In defense position. Not face down, but you can control it in defense position. You can only special summon once per turn this way. If a monster is normal or special summoned, and this is now pointed to by a opponent's Lynx monster, except during the you can tribute this card, special summon 1 Tindangle monster from your hand or deck in attack position or face on defense position. Very interesting. Flip. Oh, this is a level 6 monster. Flip. You can add 1 Tindangle card from your deck to your hand. When this card is normal summoned, you can send 1 Tindangle card from your deck to the graveyard. If a monster is special summoned to your field and face on defense position while the card is in your graveyard, special summon this card and face on defense position. It's not optional. Very interesting. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, and we have a trap card. When you take battle damage from an opponent's monster, attacking monster, while you have 3 or more Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard, you can destroy the attacking monster. And if you do, special summon 1 Tindangle Acute Cerberus from your extra deck. Three or more Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard, destroy the attacking monster. And if you do, that's pretty cool. If you control no monsters in the extra monster zone, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 3 Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard, special summon them in the face down defense position. Wow, pretty cool. It's a pretty cool trap card. Really good effect. But yeah, this is basically good because we have all Tindangle monsters, honestly. I think it will just put this face down. Yeah, no, but it's gonna be from your hand. Yeah, sure. And this we can also special summon the next turn. Like I don't feel in a hurry to special summon this. We will put this face on, but let's go to the end phase. Because we can just special summon this card face down. Terraforming, sure. World. He's probably gonna activate it anyway, so. Oh, Survivor. Excavate the top 5 card of your deck, and if you do, add 1 excavated crawler monster from your World Legacy card to your hand. Also send the remaining cards to the graveyard, otherwise shuffle all excavated cards into the deck. For the rest of this turn, after the card resolves, you can have special summon monster if it's a Lynx monster. Okay, it's gonna attack, nice. Obviously we're gonna activate it, flip face up. We're gonna special summon this card, face on defense position. And by the way, apparently even if it says flip, or if it says flip face up, both things happen, or both effects actually happen during the opponent's battle phase. Okay, so this card, we just had it as well, but if this face card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field by an opponent's because of an opponent's card effect, while it's on its control, you can target 2 crawler monsters with different names in your graveyard. Okay, so another crawler monster. Flip, you can add 1 crawler monster from your deck to your hand. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of the bonus card effect, you can special summon. Yeah, okay, so same thing. We can special summon this, then we have a Tindango monster, but let's flip summon this first. Activate the effect. Obviously, we're gonna activate it. We're gonna add a card to our hand. Let's see what we have. We have Tindango, Tindango Angel. Oh, Tindango Angel's here, and that's a really good card. You have this. Take one flip monster from your deck, except and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. With these cards in your hand, you can discard one other card. Send one Tindango card from your deck to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon this card in face on defense position. Huh. Take one flip monster from your deck. Flip. You can change up to 3 face down defense position monsters you control to face up defense position. Then, if all those monsters are Tindango monsters, you can add up to that many Tindango cards from your deck to the hand. Wow. Awesome. Tindango Trinity, level 4. You can special summon one Tindango base Gatna from your deck. Discard flip face up. Your Tindango monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is sent to the graveyard as link material for link summon of a Tindango monster, you can add one from your deck to your hand. If you do, send one spell trap from your deck to the graveyard. This sounds like a pretty good card. Because I think we're just gonna explore the link monster of this as well. You can send one spell trap from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, you can target one Tindango monster in your graveyard, special summon it to face out defense. So the Tindango archetype seems pretty good, honestly. Probably better than the crawler archetype. You can target one other face-up monster on the field. This card gains attack equal to that target's original attack. Yeah, but I, by the way, don't see any way to kill opponent's monsters. This is one of the better monsters. Yeah, let's just add this. And let's see what the Subterra Behemoth. 2 flip monsters. Yeah, works on flip monsters, so this is a decent pool for the deck. Gains attack equal to the combined original level of the Subterra monsters used for its link summon. Okay. During your main phase, you can send one flip monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one monster from your hand if based on the defense position to your zone this card points to. You can only use this once per turn. Once per turn, if a monster this card points to is flipped face up, add one flip monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's pretty good. But I'd like to see what the... I think it was the link tree. This? Yeah, Tindango. 3 Tindango monster gains 3000 attack if you have 3 or more Tindango monsters with different names in your graveyard, including Tindango base Cardna. Who is that? Oh, this is base Cardna. Oh, what's up? Okay. Wait, nope. Wait, we're still reading the monster. Okay, so we can do that. We can get him on the field, but does he have anything special? Gains 500 attack for each Tindango monster it points to. At the end of the battle phase, if this card declared an attack, you can special summon one Tindango token. Yeah, I think let's just get this card out. So we special summon this. Wait, we can special summon it, right? Control a face down defense position monster. Okay, so we can just set one card first. Let's set Tindango from your deck. Yeah, let's do that. Let's set this monster. And we can special summon this card. Then we can go into the link 3 monster. Select. We use this, and this. Alright, gains 3000 attack. So we want to keep them in the graveyard, honestly, because this card otherwise loses attack. At the end of the battle phase, if the card declared an attack, you can special summon one. That's cool. Gains 500 attack for each Tindango monster it points. So yeah, so it has to be face up for that. Alright, that looks good. Let's go to the battle phase. There's gonna be 2 flip monsters, crawler monsters, but pardon me, I don't know what to do about it, honestly. So. Okay, yeah, we did that. We're gonna special summon a token, obviously. So we'll put it here. And end this. Alright, so the opponent's gonna flip their monsters and get some effects off. Target one monster on the field destroy the target. It's gonna be this monster, obviously. Who else? You have to think about it. Ooh, it's gonna destroy the face down monster. Oh, pretty good. Pretty well done. Okay, this card adds a card to his hand, right? Yeah. Monster from your deck to your hand. So now they're in attack though, so now I can freely kill them. Ooh, he's gonna kill one of them. Nice. That's 5 months per turn. Okay. Just gonna link summon into. Okay, Sinnoh. Cannot be destroyed, but must discard points to cannot be destroyed by battle. Pretty cool. Gain 300 attack and make up to 2 battle phase. Yeah, because this phase of cards destroyed by battle or discard. You can. So I don't know how to bypass this. It's basically just gonna be like we didn't get a deck that can actually bypass this. Target one spell trap on the field destroyed. If this face up card in the field on this card effect, yes, that's cool. This is add 1 monster to your hand. None of them are actually really good, but yeah, sure. Let's put this monster here. Let's go to the battle phase. Attack this monster. Ooh, he has a card to respond with. He's probably gonna respond with it, like regardless of what it is. Maybe the insect thing, their wire. And then they can destroy this card. Nope. Okay, he doesn't do anything. Okay, he made some interesting calculations there. Oh, he sent to the graveyard with this effect. Make this. You can't flip it face up, so end face. Alright, so when it's flipped face up, we can actually remove the field spell. Such a good field spell, by the way. All crawlers on the money. You can special. Wow, he loses. That's pretty cool. Obviously, we're gonna do that. We're gonna kill his field spell. The field spell is just way too good. Alright, and then we take damage. And now we have 3 monsters. Yes, exactly. 3 monsters in the graveyard with different names. Now we can special summon. Discard. Here. Oh yeah, it's been destroyed by card effect, so you can special summon this monster. Oh boy. Okay, oh, he has a card as well. If this card's sent to the graveyard, add 1 natural card from the deck to your hand. Except. Okay. And then he wants to turn. What? How was it sent to the graveyard? I think I missed something. No worries. Your opponent can only activate 1 spell trap card each turn. Funny. Can be destroyed by battle with a monster that has 2000 or more attack. Gains 200 attack for each natural monster in your graveyard. Okay, it's not that scary. I guess we can special one flip monster from your hand or graveyard based on defense position. That's decent. Add 1 Crawler monster. Destroy 1 spell trap on the field. Okay, so this isn't sent to the graveyard yet. But the effect that he has is you can tribute 1 Earth Insect type monster, special summon 1 level 4 Earth Plant type monster from your deck. You can tribute 1 Earth Plant type monster, special summon 1 level 4 lower Insect type monster from your deck. Pretty decent. So I think we'll be going for discard to destroy a spell trap. And then just battle, I think. We can destroy this card. Oh, we can destroy it by battle. So we have to destroy it in other means. But yeah, in the end, we're just trying to get his monsters out of the way. So let's go to battle. This would do 1400 damage. This is worth it. I think it will take a long time for us to actually do damage to him, so I can take it while we can. And we will get a token if we go to the main phase. Alright, awesome. Yes, that's it. Let's read this card. So this is basically if you control no monsters and the monsters banish this card from your grave and target 3 monsters with different names in your grave, special summon them and face down defense position. Okay, they target one monster on the field destroyed. Well, bye bye my monster. Add one monster from the deck to your hand. Crawler. What is it? If you take little damage, you can send your graveyard. If you do, just summon. If you control no monsters in the extra monster zone, you can banish this card from the graveyard and target. We'll do that in the next turn. Only the extra monster zone. That's pretty good. This card has 1800 defense, higher than all of you. But sure, let's attack it. Then obviously we're gonna use it. Kill this card. Well. Oh yeah, has a nature card to his hand. They're all in attack, so now it's gonna happen though. Oh boy. About to go down. Ooh, 3000 attack. That's cool. Earth Tuner, it's a normal card. Yeah, we'll do that the 12 card in our own turn. Nope. Duel. You can special summon one crawler monster from your hand or graveyard in face of attack position or face on defense position, except. Yes. Okay, so they all have the same effect, obviously. This has changed to attack position. Okay, that's basically the thing that we can do. What we can now do is just banish this. Special summon 3 monsters, I think it will be these 3. Well, definitely this. Also this. And apparently we also need Gardna, but let's do this one. Because we need Gardna for the link. The big link guy. Select the cards you want to place in order from left to right. Yeah, sure. Order doesn't really matter, I think. Yeah, we can change it to attack position, but even better. You have this. This is not too interesting. Or it's a good card probably, but I don't like it because it's a different archetype. But yeah, it's 2 flip monsters. Honestly, it works with the flip monsters. It's pretty good, but I don't know. I would rather see this in a Subterra deck. Let's see. X-Crawlers. 2 insect monsters. Monsters card points are gonna be destroyed by battle. Crawler monsters. Only crawler monsters. And if they... So it's only for... Okay, that's only for those monsters. This also works with only with crawler monsters. I think this monster, one of them allowed them to attack directly, no? Any battle damage they inflict your opponent is doubled. Okay, but they don't inflict battle damage on it often. Gonna be struggle battle games. You can make up to 2 attacks on monsters in each battle phase. Face of cards to struggle battle looks good. There are 2 crawler monsters with different names in your graveyard, special summon them in face down defense position. Pretty cool. Let's summon this card. Let's special summon. What? We cannot do that? These are not insect monsters? Insect? Fiend. Oh my god. Oh, I could have summoned any of the others. Well, we have to get them out of the way, so we'll have to do this then. So, alright. It does work still on flip monsters with link monster, so it's a good fit, honestly. It just doesn't have the Subterra King effect. During your main phase, you can send 1 flip monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 monster from your hand. Alright, can we activate this? During your main phase, you can send one flip monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one monster from your hand in face down defense position to your zone. Ah, that's what's not possible. Okay, so the positions do really matter. Alright, no worries, no biggie. This card doesn't have the thing if it dies though. Once per turn, if a monster this card points to a split face up, add one flip monster from your deck to your hand, graveyard to your hand. That's battle. Oh, it cannot be destroyed by battle with cards. Ah, okay. Maybe it's 2. You cannot flip them face up, that's such a pity. Otherwise we could get searches through the deck. Yeah, he has some really good cards, honestly. Flare Wire. So yeah, this is a pretty good challenge. Like with this deck, it's a pretty good challenge to go against that deck. The opponent's deck, because he has a... yeah, this is gonna be fun. Right, flip. Yes, obviously we're gonna add a card to our hand. Let's see what we can add. We can also add this. I really like the trap card, it's really strong. We will also activate that, of course. Summon... wait, what? If you can summon one from your deck. Card flip face up. Oh, it didn't die. Wait, but it did flip, right? So... but yeah, flip effects take way too long to actually happen. But let's flip this. Alright, that's activated from the graveyard, obviously. Can make some extra deck plays now. Also the Subterra Behemoth. Yeah, let's do it. You can send one from the deck to the graveyard. Honestly, I don't think it matters that much. Your opponent activates card effect, targets this face down monster. Quick effect, you can change this card to face up defense, push negate the definition and do that, destroy the card. After this card was flipped face up, while this and your monster negate all monster effect activated your opponent's field. Nice. This card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect you can add from it. You can add one level 9 monster with a different... wow, they're level 9 monsters. I guess any. Right. So, and if you do special summon one from your hand and face on the defense position to so this card points to. Yeah, sure. Send it to the graveyard. We special summon. Yeah, it's just searching through the deck and everything, but another search. Special summon. Yeah, oh well. Battle. It doesn't have that much life, so maybe we should just try to see if we can do some little damages here and there. But yeah, he has 2 strong monsters on the field right now, so it might become really difficult. But we'll see. Let's go to the end phase. Okay, we see damage, so yep, we can do this. I have 3 or more Tingle Dangle monsters, Tin Dangle. In your graveyard you can destroy the attacking monster, and if you do, special summon this card, so you will definitely do that. Cerberus, oh yeah, it has to be that. That is fine. Oh no, like the arrows are completely messed up here, but still, sure. Okay, this is something we didn't know before. Target one Tin Dangle Link monster you control. Equip this card to it. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Really cool. Once per turn of all monsters, if there are monsters in all zones, the equipped monster points to. Yeah, if there are still monsters in all zones, the equipped monster points to. What? You can destroy this card, and all of those monsters then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the equipped monster's attack before they were destroyed. Okay, interesting. It's a good card though, just like we're definitely gonna use that. And so let's flip these face up. flip, take one flip monster from your deck, except yes, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Obviously we're gonna add it to the hand. I think we can just add one of the bigger ones, but I don't see the use, honestly. Like, sure, let's just add a monster like this. Add to your hand, sure. Add one dangle card, but yeah, okay. Let's add a card to the hand. Send one spell trip from your deck to the graveyard. This card sent not really that good. Change up to 3 face on. Not really that good. We can just do this one, I guess. Okay, then we can actually behemoth again. Yes, because these are not the same thing. I don't know. The dingle needs 3 monsters, so that's a bit annoying. Let's see this crawler. This is dingle, but it's flip. Let's see. So now we can do the bigger guy. Right? No, we still can't because we don't have a bigger guy again. Ooh, that's the case. Alright, let's go to the main phase, battle phase I mean, and see what we can do. Let's attack. Oh, it doesn't die by battle. That's such a pity. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that we can do right now. Wait, like we can attack this monster, it's gonna die by battle, it's gonna flip face up. Let's just do it. Flip again, special one crawler monster from your hand or graveyard. Face up attack. Oh, it's gonna be the Link monster, obviously. 2000 attack. These can still attack, but I don't see a reason to. In phase 2. Yes, we are going to summon here, sure. Then we can actually we will place a trap card down. I like the trap card, it's a pretty good trap card honestly. Okay, so he can do quite some damage to us. Ooh. Yeah, we will do that later, I guess. Oh my god. Trigger on a Link monster. Equip this card to it. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects on turn all monsters. Oh, bro, really? Oh man. It's all because we flip the monsters face up. If you flip them face up, they go into attack. It's so bad. We were so close as well. Ugh. Oh man. Oh man, it's so bad. Honestly, the flip monsters are so incredibly bad. You can see from this deck. If we go with the Blue Eyes Red Dragon deck, it will be a lot. It will be really easy, even if we kill them. Like even if we have to attack them. This is the practice tool? Wait, hold up. That's not what I meant. No. End. Okay, let's go. Oh boy. Okay, now we know at least how the deck works a little bit, but we could have definitely very easily killed them. It's just that the flip, if you flip summon them, you don't want to flip summon them even. Like, I don't feel like you do want to because it just makes them so bad in attack position. They have such terrible stats. Yeah, I guess you can flip them, but then you have to link them away. That's basically the thing that you should do. Yeah, let's just... Oh, no, let's flip summon it, please. I mean, this. That's fine. Special summon this card as an effect monster. Just card special summon by this effect to a zone a Link monster point, so you can add one World Legacy card from it. That's pretty good. But there's one face down counter monster is changed to face up attack or face up defense position. You can shuffle one Crawler monster from a graveyard into the main deck. Then target one face up monster you control, change to face down defense position. You can only use this monster. That's a later card though. Like, okay, sure though. Let's go to the end phase. Ooh, here's this card again. That's really bad. Nope, I'm not gonna do that. Better face is gonna attack. Sure. Bring it on. Wait, what? Why did we... Oh. I did want to activate the effect, obviously. Why would you not add a card to your hand? I just was like, this card is being added constantly, the trap card. That's why. Okay, this is a really good strategy. Basically, bring this card because we can't get rid of this card in any other way. No, stop asking. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's gonna ask me every time for the swap card. Oh, terrible. It's so terrible. And we cannot do anything with this monster anymore. We can just use it for summons. Crawler, basically only the summons, basically the extra deck summons. Excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, add 1 excavated crawler monster or Orb Legacy card to your hand. Also, send the remaining cards to the graveyard. Otherwise, shuffle all excavated cards into the deck for the rest of this turn. After this card results, you can special summon monsters from the extra deck, except link monsters. Sure, that's a pretty good card. Because obviously we're gonna excavate some. Gardna is pretty good. I think Gardna is the best target right now. Oh wait, what? Crawler monster. 1 excavated crawler monster. Gardna is crawler, right? No? What? Crawler monster or World Legacy card to your hand. I really thought that Gardna was a crawler monster. Oh, he's not. Tindangle. He's Tindangle. Ah, okay, I see. That's fine. You can shuffle 1 crawler monster in your graveyard. Yeah, that's so bad. These are both Tindangle monsters. Let's go, summon. Then we can go into summoning place. I guess the same. Oh, but all crawler monsters gain 300 attack and defense. Alright, that's decent. Target one face down monster you control change to face up attack position. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this doesn't have more attack, neither does this, and also this doesn't. And they don't have attacks or anything. They just give the monsters here effects. So, if anything, we can do this. Yeah, just suicide against the monster. Like, I don't see any other option currently. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do right now. This has, you can target one face on face of attack. Then target one face of monster you control, change to face out of fence position. Yeah, but it doesn't work with this monster, so yeah, sure, we'll leave that there. We'll go to the battle phase. And we can both special summon monsters then. Nope. Obviously we're gonna activate it, yes. Alright, it's from the graveyard, so it will be the same 2 monsters. Alright, Q first. He has this monster. Graveyard, add him to your hand. He has that monster. We also have that monster. We need the monster actually that kills the spell trap, because this monster is, this card is just terrible. Yeah, it doesn't really matter the order. Okay, change to face up. Okay, yeah, I guess we can just do that. Yes, we're gonna use the effect now. Change to face up defense position. My hand, no, that's not the one. We need this, yeah, because we want the spell trap destroying one. And this is monster, this is spell trap on the field. Nice, yeah. Add it to the hand. They really look alike, by the way. Alright, let's go. My phase 2, there's not much that we can do here. Let's put this and enter. Alright, let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. I'm curious what we can do. And they're gonna flip, I guess, but like the flip things, it's really annoying. Oh, that's a really good card. Rageki. Hopefully it doesn't flip. Yeah, that's your problem monster, no worries. Okay, that's the spell trap killing one. Ooh. He's gonna place that face down. Ah, special summon level 2 insect type monster. That's this one. Okay, sure. He has another Natura archetype basically in his deck. And attack, sure. He brings back that monster, sure. Links into the same monster again, also sure. Wow, this will ramp up. All Prada monsters gain 300 attack. On the field, gain 300 attack and defense once per turn. Huh? Why do they have this high attack though? Oh, 2 plus monsters. All monsters you train control 300 attack and defense. Okay, and that's twice. I see it. Ooh, target up to 2 in your graveyard, add them to your hand. Okay, nice. He's playing with it pretty well, honestly. This will special summon from your hand. Obviously we will use this just to face up defense position. Yep. Great. Yep. So it'll be this monster. Don't chain. Face up defense. And activate its effect, obviously. Nope, don't chain. I think here. Then gave 2100 attack. Ooh, nice. Ooh, nice. It's still gonna kill it. Yeah, well done. And it's dead. Alright, nice. He's actually in a really good position. So the end his turn, activate. And there's currently not much that we can do. Because we have to kill the spell and trap first. Otherwise we can't even attack, otherwise the monster will just die every time. At effect activation, we will put this face up. Kill the spell and trap first. But yeah, then we're still pretty much dead, I feel. Yes, we're gonna activate it. We're gonna destroy this. Nope, we don't change. These all lose attack and defense, that's awesome, but now we lost all our monsters again. And yeah, they can still attack for a lot of attack. Oh man, I can't believe that we didn't win the first thing. Basically because we flipped summoned them and they were all in attack position. That was so bad. So incredibly bad. Yeah, we cannot activate this. We can only use one world effect per turn. Yeah, that's fine. I guess that's it. We might die here. There's really not much that we can do. Shuffle one monster back, change the face on the fence. I doubt he's gonna attack it with a lower card, but even then, like, it only kills a spell and trap on the field, so. Nope, I'm not gonna chain that. Oh man, this is proving to be a longer episode than I hoped. Yes, we're dead, I think. Or at least not dead, but we're gonna be dead. It is. We are dead. This is a difficult battle, my man. I really think that we could have easily gotten that on the first battle, but... Alright, let's try it again. Mama ain't raised no quitter. Let's go. Alright, let's hope that we get it. I clicked the duel, the practice again. Oh man, end. Please end. Take me out of here. Duel, play. Alright, we have the pretty good, but we need 3 of the Tindango monsters in the graveyard for that, so... Yeah, that's decent and all, but I don't know. World Legacy Mind Meld. That's a different card. When opponent's monster activates its effect while you control crawler monster, the activated effect becomes return one face-up monster your opponent controls to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one link monster on the field. Special summon one crawler monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard to your zone that target points to, in face down defense position. You can only use... Okay, on once that turn. Yeah, but if it's set, then we don't control the monster. I think this is gonna be in face down. This is going to be like this. This is a Tindangle monster, so we actually want him in the graveyard. This, if you have a Tindangle monster, that's decent, that's pretty good, but we need a Tindangle monster first. I think this will be the play. That face. And we don't do anything, of course. Oh no, not again. He always has it. This. Okay, so he has natural monsters, and that's the crawler one. No, extra C. Or synchro into the natural B. Obviously we're gonna activate it, we're gonna special summon this monster from our hand. Put it on defense. Okay, when a spell card is activated, quick effect, you send the top two cards of your deck to the graveyard, negate the effect, and if you do destroy, this card must be faced on the field to activate this. Okay. Yeah, we don't really have that, so that's cool. That's completely fine. Change the attack position. No, it doesn't have that much attack. We're gonna... I guess kill this monster. This gains a 200 attack for each monster in your graveyard. Ooh, that's pretty good, honestly, but we'll be fine. Let's kill this card. Alright, then that happened, and yeah, we can just now link summon. I guess that's the only thing that we actually must do. Yeah, let's go. We send this, we send this. Subterra Behemoth. Seen this. Alright. You can send one flip monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one monster from your hand and face down defense push to the zone. Ah, that's a pity. That is a pity. Then we will... it has 2000 attack, so it cannot destroy that monster by battle, but let's regardless still do that. Oh no, this monster, this is gonna destroy it, right? When your flip monster destroys a battle with an opponent's monster, you can send it... Oh, only when it's destroyed. Okay. Oh, this just changed the defense position. Okay, interesting. Let's go to main phase 2. Alright, this will destroy one monster on the field, so we'll be fine with that. Alright, end phase. Yeah, these trap cards still don't do anything, I guess. Oh, it had more attack. That's nice. That's well done, honestly. But we can just kill it with effect. Oh, it's gonna spawn 2 more monsters. So, World Legacy Armor. Ooh, interesting. This is actually the thing from the saga. When a monster is flip summoned, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, we definitely will. If this card's normal summoned or special summoned, you can add one World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. If this normal summoned card is normal summoned set card on the field is on the field, you can target one face-up monster. Okay, that's not gonna happen. The special return both. Okay, that's not gonna happen. We're only gonna special summon it. So activate, yes. Target one card. We have to destroy the opponent's monster. Tribute one earth monster. Ooh, that's really well done. Alright, resolve backwards. This card will come on the field. Face protect, sure. So he tributed his own monster, then it doesn't have any effect. Activate the effect. Yeah, if this card's normal or special, you can add one World Legacy, of course. This card is all crawler monsters in the field gain 200 attack and defense. Once returning a special summon from your hand to face on defense position. May flip my destroy, but I can send it. This is such a good card. This is also a really, really good card. I like this card as well. We already have this. Let's do this. Okay, that's effect activation. let's see if we can add some interesting cards to our hand. Because I'd love to have the spell trap destroying thing. Monster is from a deck to the graveyard. That's so bad. This here because when opponent's card effect, you can special summon 2 brother monsters. Yeah. Guess this one, add to your hand. Yeah. Ooh, it's sent to the graveyard. This card sent to the graveyard, you can target one king jungle monster in the graveyard except special summon it face on defense position. Ooh, amazing. I didn't know of this effect yet. This is definitely a good one. Awesome. Your opponent can only activate one spell trap each turn. That's cool. Let's go to the battle phase. Hold up. When your flip monster is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, you can send that opponent's monster to the graveyard. So this card will go to the graveyard. Especially some of this card from your hand. I guess that's fine, because then he doesn't have any monsters on the field anymore. And he already used a tribute effect, so that's fine. Let's send it to the graveyard, no worries. He didn't do that. When your flip monster, it's not a flip monster? Ah, that's not a flip monster. Deck. Alright, let's see where we can take this. Maybe so. We can set this face down, but we have to have 3 Sindango monsters. Yeah, we want it in the graveyard, honestly. We'd rather have this monster in the graveyard. We can set this card as well. Forgot. Phase 2 and oh, he actually has a monster. That's pretty cool. And he flips it face up. And he loses attack. Okay, that's not so smart. We add a monster to our hand to kill a spell and trap. That's this monster. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, we set this. We flip summon. Oh, we cannot. Otherwise, we would be able to special summon from our graveyard, but no worries. We can go into this crawler and crawler over here. 2 crawlers. Yeah, sure. And this is not a flip monster, and Naturia, so he actually has a really bad deck as well. Like, that doesn't fit together too well. Regardless, I would love to have this monster gone as well, but that's difficult. Alright, let's go to the battle phase. Yeah, let's go to the battle phase. Let's attack. Oh, he's gonna attribute it? Okay, once per turn when your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send it up part of your deck, and if you do, negate the attack. Okay, it's once per turn though, so sure. Activate. Once monster activates an effect while you have a crawler monster, activated effect becomes return 1 face of monster your opponent controls to the hand. That's still pretty good. I'd rather have this effect. Just negate the attack, no worries. Attack. And attack. Alright, decent. You might have a chance here, guys. Finally. Oh man. And yeah, this is it shows that the flip deck, it's a fun gimmick, definitely. There's more decks that actually play with that, but the only good flip deck is actually the Subterra deck. So right, this is a flip monster though, so actually this effect will come in play. Oh no, because we can destroy it. So let's flip this face up. Obviously yes. We're gonna destroy this. Alright, what should I place? Can we do? This is a crawler monster? Ah, that's why. But let's just get a normal crawler monster on the field. This might already be enough, actually. Let's go to the battle phase. If we have to, we will... no, this is enough. This is already enough. So, final blow. There you go. Down the hole. Oh. I'm happy. A victory. Awesome. Alright, so the video is already, oh my god, 1 hour and 24 minutes. We're quickly gonna do this with the... Okay, we got an icon, I'm sorry. An icon depicting a crawler monsters who have overrun a certain world. This one is part of the higher class. They mercilessly destroy the efforts of human civilization that have lasted generations. Alright, let's do this with our own deck as well. We get 4 legacy tickets. I do have to say I really enjoy that they made these gates that much bigger, like the Subterra, not Subterra, World Legacy gates. They made it that much bigger. It's really cool. Opponent starts. Okay, he's gonna put a monster face down. I can only imagine. Okay, this is a really good card. Honestly. It adds a card to your hand of your choosing. Honestly, so it's a pretty cool card. All right. Sends the rest to the graveyard. That's incredibly strong. Natura card. Yes. Normal summons when natural monster you control is targeted for an attack. Quick effect, you can send this card from your field to the graveyard and negate the attack and then enter battle phase. Wow, nice. That's a pretty good card. But we have some interesting cards as well, so let's see what we can draw. And we draw... well, that's not bad. What we can do though is just do this. Face of attack. Banishes spell and trap card. Spell or trap card. Bye bye. Yeah, so he can actually end the battle phase, but yeah, we can't do much else basically. Yeah, I think this is the best plan because he doesn't have a face down monster in defense anyway, so let's just add something to our hand. Add this to the hand. We can use straight in on this monster, but it's not hugely necessary right now. Yeah, I think we're fine. Battle. We're gonna attempt to attack. He's gonna use its effect. Send to the graveyard, enter battle phase, main phase 2. Yes, end phase. Well, show me what you got. He only has flip monsters, I guess. Oh, apparently not. Can I be destroyed by a battle with a monster that might be a weakness. I'm just saying. Draw phase. We draw Blue Eyes White Dragon. Awesome. Right, you're about to see how weak this deck actually is, the opponent's deck. Yep. Manju is probably gonna be our normal summon. See, oh, nice. Good draw. Add to the hand this card and this card as well. We will activate special summon. Send Blue Eyes to the graveyard. Face of attack position. Alright, quick calculations. This is not enough. 1500. We missed 300. Oh, of course, summon. Add to the hand, sure. Add the ritual spell. Select. And we go to the battle phase. Oh, it cannot be destroyed by battle with that. I completely messed up. Okay, so destroyed by with effect. Bye bye. To the graveyard you go. And then we still could have. Oh no, we couldn't have killed him. That would be 7,900. And let's go to the end phase. Obviously, we're gonna activate the effect. It will be. Yeah, let's do this. Yes. We cannot add the ritual spell, but we can add the monster. So we will add this, I guess. Let's do this. Well, draw phase. Show me what you got. Raigeki, awesome. Oh, we can protect them all except for he's not a dragon. Wow, this card will actually have. You can send that opponent's monster to the graveyard, so that it basically works against this card. That's really amazing. But yeah, he won't survive for long, unfortunately. Use it here. Send Blue Eyes to the graveyard. Face of attack. And we can even send this card to the graveyard with the card effect of Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, awesome. Okay, let's use this effect. Send this monster to the graveyard. Go to the battle phase. Attack. And attack. Alright, yeah, you can see how actually, unfortunately, really bad these decks are. The flip decks. None of them are really good. Like the only good ones are actually the Subterror one and Shadow as well. Complete. Alright, 4 legacy tickets, and that actually makes our chosen by the world legacy complete. So it seems to be that there's only one left after this. But yeah, we'll have to see about that. I want to thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Peace out.